You didn't break them too much then.
That's great. How you doing?
I'm doing good, doing good. We got final day of opens just beginning. A long final day. It's 24 hours. So this will be the first of many regions ending. China into SEA, into CIS, Europe, SA, and then NA. Some exciting final stuff coming out today.
Yeah.
It feels like in the past opens, you know, it was like, okay, it's a great chance for some teams to, you know, maybe get to compete with the top teams. But this year it's very different because the majority of slots are open. So it's like opens feels like, you know, any team coming out of opens actually has a legit chance in regionals because most of these regions only have 1 or 2 teams directly invited.
Yeah. Well, and I think also it means that, and we've seen this occasionally be a problem, seeding can become pretty freaking important.
Yep.
And I think as far as seeding goes, I've really liked the China ones that they've done quite well. It feels like it's pretty close. That being said, they're meeting right now Newbee.Y versus LGD.Forever Young in a relatively early match, I want to say.
Yeah, is this quarterfinals, semifinals? Sorry, quarterfinals or round of 16?
I think it's round of 16, but I'm not sure.
Oh, it's round of 8. So China went through to round of 8, and then the other regions went up to round of 16. So I think it's okay. I think Newbee.Y used to be like a pretty big name in China, but this current roster is much less proven.
Right.
I honestly, other than Kabu, who's like an old school player, I don't actually know any of these other 4 guys.
Well, I thought that this was the team that Ferrari was playing on, but I could be wrong about that.
Oh, is this the team that he's suddenly stepping in for?
It might have been. I don't know. Because I'm not seeing him on that official roster, but
maybe at the top. Let's see. Rosters. No, doesn't look like it.
No. All right.
I'm just played. He's on Young Dumb.
Oh, okay.
So he's playing with the Newbee boss. I think I saw Jofi, one of the Newbee casters, tweeting about it. So I think Zay9 is like the Newbee boss, and he's like a big guy in charge, but he still loves playing Dota, so he's in TI qualifiers.
And Cat Feces also.
Yeah, classic one. Mm-hmm. I wonder who the favorites coming out. There's what, 2 slots or 3?
3 slots.
Okay, so definitely I feel like LFY should get through, and then hard to say. Keen Gaming, Luminous have been good.
Yeah.
Sun Gaming, I think based on their roster, should be good with End, Ice, Mur. This in the second qualifiers, you know, yeah, that's when you have these better chances as like that tier 2 team to maybe slip on through.
Yeah, I recognize MRRR and Ice obviously from Sun Gaming. I had heard somebody say that Axe was playing, the 8K female player that was there earlier.
Okay.
But I haven't actually seen her in any of these setups either. LFY, I mean, we didn't say it, but that's clearly a team that everybody expects to. If they don't, man, you got to have some talks with people.
Yeah. From 3rd place at TI to eliminated in open qualifiers. I think they should be able to breeze through. If they don't, like you say, yeah, talk to people, things are going to be changing. That would be, like, you know, like, Navi got eliminated in opens. That was the big story from earlier today. It was surprising, quite sad. It's kind of like, feels like an end of an era in some ways. Like, Navi just get worse results year after year with regards to TI. But I feel, for me, LFY not making out of opens would be more shocking than Navi not making out of opens.
I think, like, the thing that was so shocking about Navi getting knocked out was when it happened at round of 32. Like, I wouldn't have been that surprised if they, for instance, got knocked out by a Team Spirit or something. They're on the same side of the bracket on. But that it came out then against, like, a random stack, Imagine He. That's the one that was pretty ridiculous about it. And as you said, LFY, just at any point, getting knocked out would be crazy.
And the crazy thing is, with CIS, you look at those rosters, and then these teams, like you suddenly see like 3 or 4 players you know, and you're like, oh, well,
yeah.
It's kind of not a huge surprise that is a team that could upset Navi. Are they a better team than Navi? Maybe not, but it's a BO1, and if you have a weaker draft, you know, would they have won the BO3? Can't really say. They didn't play BO3, but on paper, Navi should have been favorites. But Sadoy, Tame My Wild, these guys go way back. Very veteran players.
And I really liked Kip's tweet about it, too, that she put out that was saying, like, that this is something that I think is indicative of a failure in design of building a team, which is get the best players or what you think are the best players, as opposed to trying to like build stability. You know, and I think that we've seen time and again that kind of just getting the best players doesn't always work.
Yeah. But I agree. And it's kind of hard because they have a few ideas that they are like pretty adamant they want to stick with. Obviously, the big particular one everyone's going to bring up that's controversial is Dendy still playing mid. I would like to see him maybe try out the support role next year. If Na'Vi are adamant about keeping him, I think they need to look at bringing in some young new talent into those core roles.
Yeah.
But and I think even some of the ways they approach picking up new players to the team is done kind of in unorthodox ways. They look at some weird metrics. I know just from talking to people around the team, like Na'Vi will have all these computer algorithms that try and evaluate who the best players to join the team are. That's why every time you see them drafting, also they have like this 80-page notebook of draft. You just see draft. Yeah. It's like, how is that useful? Like that's all I'm thinking from the outside. Like, I'm not a pro player, but like, you know, I played a high enough level. I cast a lot of games. I'm just like, I just doesn't click how that's helping them draft. Like, I understand notes, like having a list of like past heroes, enemy team play, like all this stuff, but that just seems like a mess of information. Like, I think they're using just too much data, and they need to simplify things. But it's hard to know when you're not actually in or around the team and fully understanding their philosophy.
Totally. Well, we can do a little bit more of the recap of the other ones since we're just starting off Southeast Asia region. Europe also, I'm not seeing anything that's too surprising here as far as people getting knocked out. Pretty much everybody that you'd expect is through. Elements Pro Gaming, of course, again, call back to Na'Vi, LeBron being on that team, and doing pretty well for himself so far. I want to see how Alliance does tomorrow. I think they have a kind of decent path to there. It looks like they're going to face off against Waga's team.
Okay. Could be a good one.
Yeah.
Waga's team has looked pretty decent. Team Moriai, I feel like that's a team that's there every open qualifiers. Sometimes does okay, sometimes not amazing.
Yeah. What else? And then real quickly, the South America qualifier finished with the Midas Club Elite mid rage quitting.
Yeah, good stuff.
That was great.
That was just perfect. That was the cherry on top of the shit show cake that was their TI qualifier runs. They were one of the teams that was unpausing. They were down megas, unpaused the game because the enemy DC didn't wait at all, went and killed Throne while they were down megas.
I mean, it was against Kyle, so you understand, but...
Yeah, you know, that one was against a different team. That was against Gorillas.
I think he did it against Kyle, too.
Did against them as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so they did twice, you know. They were one of, I think, two of the misbehaving South American teams.
Yep.
And only fitting that some of their toxic Dota 2 players on that team who are kind of world-renowned for their behavior in NA pubs exit the tournament that way.
And we've got the North America show going as well. VTJ Storm looking in a good position to move on. Leviathan and Blue Pikachu on the same side of the bracket. That kind of makes sense too, since VTJ Storm is probably going to have some of the weaker members on their team.
I like to see Storm and Leviathans go through. I feel like those are both deserving teams.
And there's a third spot too, so good chance that we'll see a lot of them.
And the team Baidu King, was it, from the first one, also looked good. They were in that... Oh, no, sorry, they actually qualified. They won that third place decider.
Yeah.
We're talking about, yeah. Yeah, they look decent.
Let's see. Last but not least, Southeast Asia, which we're going to be continuing to cover today. RRQ were able to move on, it looks like, and knock out the team that knocked out Geek Fam.
Yeah, that's not too surprising.
No.
I think, like, it's one of those things, like, just because you upset a favorite doesn't mean you're going to suddenly be favored to win your next match. It likely was just like an outdraft, or they just played a really good game.
Right.
These unknown teams, even when they have these good players, often will cause an upset, then lose the next round.
Yeah.
It's funny because it happened in like I follow tennis a lot, and it happens there where like one of the big top seeds will sometimes lose to some unknown unseeded player, and then the next round that unseeded player, it's like, oh, this guy's going to do amazing, and he just loses, and it's like, well, he knocked out like Federer and ends up just, you know, losing the next round. Like, well, what was the point? It sometimes feels like.
Totally.
Because they just use everything to win that one match. They're, like, exhausted maybe, whatever.
But then you feel great about it as a player, as a team. You're like, we knocked out Geek Fam. Like, yeah. That's a
but
cool
you're not in TI regionals.
That's true.
Which would have been the real, perhaps, big boost for your team.
But this feels to me like there's a lot of competitive games. I think when we get down to this round of 8 in particular, things are going to get good. RRQ versus Taskus Titans or EVOS. Honestly, probably Taskus Titans. We'll want to follow that.
Well, first round we have BAE versus Clutch Gamers.
Oh, God.
BO1 of Doom right there.
Yeah, that's actually nuts that one of those two teams isn't going through, or at least making it to the... They're in best of 3s at least, right? I think so.
I think round of 16 is
no,
BO1.
Yeah, it is best of 1. Wow.
It's BO1, and then you have 2 BO3s, so...
Ooh. Spicy.
That BO1.
Okay. Well, back to China. We still have a little while. Looks like about 3 hours until SEA, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think SEA starts at 1 a.m., so that's not yet. We're going to kick things off with LFY versus Newbee.Y, and their draft is actually completed.
Hey.
Good timing.
Which one do you favor? I can't even see them all. I don't know what the hell's happening.
I don't really know. I haven't been about. I saw Legion Weaver, which seems like very weird cores to have against a Death Prophet like him, which seems like very stable, good cores to have. So I'm gonna say I favor LFY, just based on those two heroes on draft, and also I think on players and team they should be favored to win this one. But who knows? I like Ember as a hero. He's done well. He's been definitely one of the hotter heroes of the qualifiers.
Hotter heroes. I see what you did there.
And we'll see how things unravel here.
Definitely. So, moving out there across the map. Leshrac also kind of cool. Like that.
So yeah, this is BO3 though. So while SEA has BO1, this is quarterfinals. BO3 Dota.
And a little bit of Southeast Asian friends as well, as Afu is here and find the Earth Splitter. Poor little Bane. Kabu going down.
Nice first blood. Good body block. And Bane trapped and pincered in. They get the first blood. They're going to probably get some bounty runes here, although Senking may need to be a little bit careful with how low he is.
Yeah.
Let's get that. Ooh, they got the D-ward on mid lane too.
Wow.
Dazzle doing his homework, knowing where those wards are. And I believe they know where the camp block is too, so they should be able to de-sentry. You don't get gold for this, but just being able to de-ward is pretty handy. Yeah, he's pinging it. He's saying it's in here.
Jeez. That's clinic.
Yeah. They de-ward 2 wards in the early game. Yep, he's found it.
Look at that placement. It's like right on the edge where it hit. All right, Yao, come back. I have to say I was not fully on board with it's a DDC that was on LFY, right?
Yeah, he was. Last year's run was with DDC.
I mean, I guess, if you can't hold on to him, you can't hold on to him. But I mean, you'd love to be able to hold on to him. I feel like DDC is a little bit stronger of a player than Yao personally.
Bottom lane, there's a chain stun combo, not going to get any kills, but DDC is also the guy. If he's on your team, you feel good about getting TI. Being every single TI, DDC. If you want to qualify for TI, I think you think, okay, well, let's get DDC.
Definitely.
Something about that guy. He always just seems to be there.
He's a good-looking dude, too. Mr. Macau. I don't know what it is. Look at this, though. It's a big creep wave coming through. You think you glyph this one here against the Ember? Try and punch him a couple times, maybe?
Maybe. Yeah, just the 2 creeps, maybe not.
Yeah.
I think you save that more for the side lanes when you're diving with your dual lanes, but I'm not sure there's going to be any opportunities for that. Neither team really accruing big waves. Lycan doesn't care too much about being farming under his tower with the Stout Shield, plenty of regen. And we'll see how this Legion Sky fares. Lycan kind of one of those heroes that doesn't mind too much a bit of pressure in lane. Bottom lane perhaps where more of the fun will be. Lesh Sanking, Chain Stunners, a lot of damage output, Weaver Bane. Also pretty strong laners.
Yeah.
Top lane, Monet. He's brought down first blood.
Oh, Monet.
Did not expect to see him go down. That was a surprising kill.
Yeah. It's a big tanky strength hero. He's got like a bunch of regen too. At least, does he have any points in that early on? Yeah, he does.
Probably just was like a big overwhelming odds with a moment of courage. Proc, you just right click him a bit, and if you get that proc and throw a nuke, and suddenly it's a kill with a concussive. It looks like Sky used up his entire mana pool to get it, so kind of explains things a little bit. But mostly it's misplaced because you should not die there. It's not like they do anything surprising. They literally just throw spells at you and you go down.
We see also over to the side here, they find themselves a Weaver. Able to get the stun. Can Sakuchi away afterwards and has a salve too if things get dicey.
It's good arrest though. Good to force those salves out. Make him have to bring more regen. Basically, you just did 100 gold worth of damage to the Weaver if he's popping that salve, so it's always worth using your spells like that, even if you're not getting kills.
No. And now can get the side pull action working. This is... Oh, no, don't worry. That's fine. Don't need to get the whole thing.
Yep.
But, yeah, I think kind of an interesting little setup that we've got here. The Weaver is not something that I'm used to seeing that often. I guess buffs as far as what we've seen, there hasn't really been anything. I guess Sakuchi got a little bit of extra damage recently. That's it, pretty much.
Yeah, Weaver's a bit of a niche pick. Some teams like it, some don't. I think it's like two things. It needs to be a pretty good Weaver game, and you need to have a team that likes to play it. Like their carry. It's like a personal player thing. Like if your carry player doesn't like playing Weaver, you're not going to be picking it. It's not like one of these heroes like a Lycan or a Gyro where you're like, we're just picking this hero because it's good and you got to play it. You need somebody who's proficient on the hero and feels like it can suit the game.
He's not having the greatest time in lane so far. Kind of on even terms with the Leshrac here. Nice scan.
Yeah, he's figured out what Alphu's up to. Some SEA Sand Kings. These guys love to roam and be aggressive.
Oh, Abu again. I should be okay here maybe with the Brain Sap Nightmare. Needs to get it off. Running still, but not quick enough and too much damage.
Yeah, Lesh will get him. Lesh's Bracer Wand already. Some good fun on him. Monet Mimo gets a revenge kill up top, making up for his previous death a little bit. Surprised to see this Dazzle Lycan lane get kills. That is not a kill lane to me anyways, but...
Oh, apparently the Weaver is willing to run at people. He needs to be careful though. That Sentry Ward dropped down. Nightmare giving the punches, but the stick misses the stun. Okay, maybe a chance here. He's got very little armor with this, and one more Brain Sap does the trick.
Yeah, the vision from the Beetle, he just didn't get it off. He should have just... Yeah, he needed to hit that stun and then just run away, but Bane, very strong laning hero, and showing it there, really nicely done. Not bad, not bad. Just gonna help out this early game a little bit, equalizing on the bottom lane.
Be a trade-off. 2 bounty runes apiece as well. Just what you would want to have happen. And so far, 5 minutes in, things looking more even than I might have expected.
I think for LFY, though, they're a little bit ahead because of these key lanes that matter. Both Ember and Weaver are slightly struggling. The hero doing best is Legion Commander, who's their offlaner. So for LFY, Death Prophet, the mid, having a great game. So far, at least. Super can start looking to rotate with his phase boots, maybe see an early exorcism, either to pressure mid tower or to go pressure a side lane. But for now, he's just going to happily continue farming in this mid lane. Has already skilled up exorcism, so signaling that he's going to be looking to use this pretty early on. Bottom lane, they found Bane again.
Got him caught, got him killed, but maybe more.
Yeah. Weaver wanted the revenge kill, but he doesn't have Sakuchi for quite some time. Raindrops being eaten away at. Is there a Lesh stun just in time?
Oh.
Perfectly played. And they've already broken 4 of his 5 raindrops. This Weaver is in a rough place. Like, the CS is kind of misleading because Weaver's had to bring extra regen, has bought a raindrop. So he spent like 500 gold on regen and raindrops, maybe more. And that is a big hit to his economy.
That's crazy. And Weaver is just getting completely destroyed. This is a hero that, like, I don't really feel like it's necessarily catch-up. Like, you sometimes can get some time alone, but I feel like you also just want to fight early on in some cases. Like, sometimes you see that, like, I don't know, Aquila, and I think I've seen a couple go for, like, an early Dragonlance or something like that, and then getting involved some, but we'll see if he's going to be able to do anything like that or what he decides to go for. But again, Ember caught, slowed, but the chase, getting out of there. Okay. 2
remnants. They're similar to the Weaver play early. It's not a kill, but it still feels like it's very helpful. Ember using some of the remnant cooldowns and also just being pushed away from lane. You're continuing to accelerate your draft, and Sand King Lesh happy to keep playing this strong duo wherever they go. Yeah. Lesh almost level 6 now as well. That's going to be a big boost in his damage output when he gets the Pulse Nova.
It's starting to look worse and worse.
Yeah, Death Prophet's 2 levels ahead of Ember. That's a bad sign. Weaver just struggling to farm, is 400 gold behind the Lesh.
Well, I mean, if you're looking right now as Newbee.Y, what's sort of the... I guess it's not even really like game plan. I guess I'm trying to think about like trying to make something happen with Legion Commander here.
Yeah, he's rushing a Blink, which is probably the right call given the nature of this game. Not going for any kind of other items first, whether it's like the Armlet or something else. Just wants to get that fast initiation, and it is Legion Sky, so level 6 Skywrath with the Jewel.
Oh, jeez.
That's level 6 Leshrac for you.
Oh, this could maybe turn out decent-ish. They do still have time-lapse, but...
I don't think they've got the damage yet, and Sanking Arcane Rune, so stun's already back up. 10 stick charges. They even TP'd in this guy. And Super now making his name known at this top lane. Wants to push. So we're going to see that first Exorcism. Can they kill Legion? I don't know if they can. He's a bit too far back.
Well, it's at the very least the tower. Very hard to come and contest this. And oh, they're going to TP away with a couple here. Afu also going to escape. They can't quite get it.
They're just outplaying Newbee.Y right now all over the map. Maybe not so much in the top lane since they didn't get the kill, but they do get the tower, which is really what they came for more importantly. Maven playing defensively enough that he didn't get caught. Morton, whatever his name is.
You know what I'd like to see is like the Ember rotate to that Legion Commander's lane and then try and find a kill onto Monet, right?
Yep. That's definitely a play you can make. He's the hero that has damage output, the Ember. Like, when you're this Legion with Jewel, you're kind of looking around your teammates and you're like, okay, which of these 4 heroes do I need to kill somebody? And I think you say Skywrath when he's level 6. Sure. Before that, Weaver, not really enough damage. Ember, okay, that sounds doable.
Yeah.
Whether or not you can kill a Lycan, I don't know. 1200 health, he's pretty tanky. But you can definitely kill a lot of these heroes. Problem is, Legion's in top lane, so he either rotates mid or Ember rotates top, and I don't know if there's going to be easy kills for him to find. Death Prophet also a pretty hard kill to get.
This 3-man smoke feels like it's fairly well recognized by LFY. And Yao's just sitting behind the Lycan right away. He knows what's coming.
Dazzle versus Legion, very good counter pick to have in some ways, having the Grave versus the Duel.
And the creep waves push into their towers. They actually can't do that move. Yeah, that feels pretty bad. That hurts. That hurts a lot.
These big smoke ganks early on just never feel good either. They feel very desperate. Like, smoking 3 heroes this early on is just a lot of time off map that you don't want. You want to do like 2-man smokes when you're at anywhere. I'd say before like 15 minutes, 2-man smokes, even maybe before 20 minutes. Once you're at like that Roshan 25 to 30 minute stage, that's when you can do like those 3 4-man smokes. You're generally better off if you can smoke with fewer heroes. You very rarely see VP do these like 5-man smokes. They're always doing 2 3-man smokes.
We'll find the Bane as he was trying to set up on a mid, but they brought more people this time around.
Yeah, we've got friends.
And got him caught.
Your friend is not there to back you up.
Look at that. Like, they were even bringing in the Dazzle just in case a battle started up there.
Yep. Lycan's backed off top. He knows, okay, my Dazzle's rotating mid. I'm not safe. Let's go jungle. Let's just give up this lane for a little bit. Legion can have it. Which is okay for Newbee.Y. They want this Legion to get his Blink. That's really what they have to play around now. Get his Blink Dagger up and smoke up and hope for the best. Skywrath is level 6 around the same time as that Legion Blink, which is a pretty good duo to have.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it definitely feels like it's each of these like early game moves matter a lot. I was thinking about this because today I was in the Uber and there was a guy that was asking about like the esportsy stuff and everything, and I was trying to explain to him. He was like, "So anybody can just join and just win $30 million?" And I was like, "Well, not exactly."
It's like if the NFL had open signups for public teams.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know, technically anyone can sign up their group of 20 buddies to play in open qualifiers for the NFL. Are you going to win? Heck no.
Well, and the idea I was thinking about is I was thinking about like the comparison of like chess, where at chess you have each and every move, and each move has to be perfect. Where in Dota it's like every time you're moving your hero, that's a decision. And there's so many instances and chances to find decisions to get it right, but Duel comes out. They are going to find 1 kill. It's on the Dazzle. It could be okay. The Ember's showing up as well, starting to take him down low, and Looks like Lesh is just going to walk away for the moment. Slowed. Rooted is not going to hit onto any heroes. He hits the 2 creeps instead of any of the heroes. Now Skywrath able to clean up a little bit, but he's going to also be cleaned up in turn.
I mean, they were using buybacks for this fight. That's a terrible sign. You're buying back. You're not really winning. And they're going to get a tier 2 tower as well. Like and Death Prophet, I like these cores together. They push, they take objectives, but they can also fight very well early on. Lycan with his ultimate, Death Prophet with hers. These two just make a great duo, and we're seeing it here. LFY making all the right moves.
Yeah. It's looking like a lot of the other open qualifier matches that we've seen.
Yeah, you get to round of 8, you think, oh great, quarterfinals is going to be a bit closer. Maybe it's just game 1.
Yeah.
It is a BO3.
And, I mean, these aren't like bad players by any stretch of the imagination. This guy's 91. 91 in China. 41 in China. They're where it's at. But it's that experience, I guess, from LFY. Shot calling abilities.
Yep.
Maybe just the draft.
A bit of everything. I think you're right on all points there. And they're going to back off, wait for ultimates. Just very smart, systematic play. This is the veteran experience of this team being shown here. You know, we're going to fight you when we're strong, and then back off and farm when we're not, and also find whatever pickoffs we can get. Weaver walks in, sure, we'll take that kill.
They drop down a sentry ward like as they're walking in right there, and then they see him immediately. That was very, very well done.
And Radiant got this Blink Dagger on Legion and then just, you know, lose a fight. He's going to smoke up again. I think they just have to kind of chew through smokes here. It doesn't feel good to play ganks, but Monet's invis.
Oh,
they don't have
no.
detection. Nor, maybe you should for Sanking, but...
I mean, it's just, it's a mixture of bad luck. Like, that's a little bit of bad luck, but...
Absolutely.
Their draft doesn't allow for bad luck.
Yeah, it's Dota for you. Sometimes that hero, the other team has no invis, you don't have dust because of that, and then suddenly that carry you're about to kill finds an invis rune, and you're just like, well, we can't catch a break.
Yeah. Well, they're going to push.
Yep.
Get the push.
They are swinging top again. Can they get another kill? No blink on Sanking yet. He's much heavily provided ganks and rotations to the team, but has not been looking to farm or push out lanes to get that farm yet.
Wouldn't mind maybe seeing a Purge creep take off that Flame Guard, could be cool. But also the Stomp is nice, definitely. He's gonna give him the Stomp.
A bit of gold there.
Yeah.
I didn't see if they got the Helm creep, but they did get one of the Necros, so decent chunk of money. Weaver going for a Maelstrom build, just kind of a farming, lane pushing item. I don't mind this too much. Would often see like a fighting diffusal build on Weavers these days, but given you're behind and you're not fighting, I don't think that build makes sense. I think the greedier pushing build is going to be better for you.
Uh-oh. Yow.
It's not going to TP here.
Does still have Grave, and there is a tower nearby. He's going to walk away. The Burrow Strike is going to be there in a second if he decides to dive for it, so Afu's saving his buddy. And guess what? There's a Fiend's Grip on the other side. That's the attack. They also managed to find the duel in the Skywrath Mage ulti. That's the turnaround that Newbee.Y needed.
Yep. Good kills. Grip into duel. They got the Skywrath silence on Afu's Sanking, so there was no disable counterplay. Very nicely done. LFY weren't quite ready for it, or to the extent they were ready for it, they couldn't fight because Yao had already been taken out of the fight. Even if he didn't die, he had 0 health.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Ember. That's a tough one. They're going to get more here, too. Lycan is just tearing through them. Already Necro 3, 16 minutes, and I was about to say, I feel like you can actually go into Roshan off of this. They are in there.
All right, LFY back.
Bomb. Too soon to say, but
okay.
they look all right.
All right.
They're playing decent. Decent Dota coming out from LFY. Not the strongest stuff coming out from Newbee.Y in this game, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. Weaver, as you mentioned, that Maelstrom, it feels like everybody's picking up this item nowadays. It does still leave him sub 1,000 HP, and we've seen just a Sand King stun into Leshrac, and then it's an easy kill, which could become a continuing issue. That's just kind of the hero, I guess, also.
I imagine he might most likely goes for a defensive item next. Guess you go BKB. I don't know. BKB seems okay against certain things. Lincoln's against others, like the Sanking stun. But
just go Heart.
Pure raw HP.
Let's do it.
Casual Dragonlance could be decent. I think that's not a bad item pickup for the stats it gives you. You mentioned being as low health as he is, you want some more health. You want some more attack range so you can get more hits off. Here come LFY though. Smoked up. Sentry in hand for Sanking. Ready with his Blink Dagger. He's going to be looking for a pick off.
There's the Yule Scepter. Can't use it to get the stun off himself. The stun comes out instead onto Lesh.
Silence Weaver.
Yep, Lesh is going to be able to find that finish.
Really nicely done. Sanking was patient. He knew the Weaver was nearby. He didn't stun the Skywrath since they can kill Skywrath without the stun. So he stuns Weaver, and then Death Prophet immediately silences to follow it up, guaranteeing that extra kill onto a core hero, not just the free support kill.
Okay. Well, nice, nice, nice. 18 minutes in, 18-5, a 7,000 net worth lead. They've got Aegis still in hand. And Lycan going to go back for his 18-minute treads.
Nope.
Usually that's not a good sign in a pub, but in this game I think it's okay.
It's whatever. Totally fine. Get some more boots. There's no real item he needs. Sometimes after you get this really fast Necrobook when end the game, you'll see like a pipe on a Lycan, which this game is alright against Ember and the overwhelming odds, but alternatively you go like BKB, AC, Heart. I think he's just considering his options. He hasn't even bought the treads. He's got 2k gold. He may aim for something bigger than treads at this point, since Lycan isn't a hero that desperately needs upgraded boots.
Look at this. Legion Commander is like trying to get set up, but already they've got 2 heroes behind him ready. So just going to bait this out. Immediately jumps, but Sand King is there for the turnaround, and they are going to be able to find this grave and the kill. Oh, God. Perfectly played by LFY.
He was just desperate. He actually saw the Sand King. He had a lane ward. It wasn't like the Sand King was in fog and was like, uh-oh, it's not just a Leshrac, it's a Sand King too. It was literally Sand King in vision. Came kind of close to getting the kill because of the Blade Mail, but I think Legion just feeling desperate to make some play happen since they're unable to get any kills right now, it feels like.
I think, didn't he get the, didn't he turn off his ulti also before the duel, I think?
I didn't see. It looked like he took, like the fact he came that close to killing him made me think he might have had his ulti on, but
okay.
I'm not sure. All right. If you could Blade Mail the Pulse Nova, definitely have a much higher chance of killing him. LFY down the mid lane we go. Exorcism is up. Necro 3 on cooldown, but it's already been summoned, so they've got a little bit longer left on it. Give it a howl, and let's go.
Time to party. This glyph can only take you so far. They even want to send the courier in to hit the tower. It's going to go back now. Burrow Strike connects onto 1. And there's the silence after the press the attack. Looks like they're holding off for the moment.
That's some good damage already. Necrobook's expired. They forced a glyph and still did 1,000 damage to the tier 3. We'll see if they can do any more. Exorcism's going to expire, so they'll halt, but I think for LFY, they're kind of this safe, methodical team. They will see that as a win for themselves. They force 5 heroes to come defend. They have good vision. They have Aegis still, so they can just wait out for next ultimates, although Aegis will expire before next Exorcism. And they're going to go try fight. They smoked up. They're going. I don't know about this one.
Well, they do get the bugs on a couple of them there as well, but already that Leech just evaporating. They have the Nightmare down, but will die to Super.
Yeah. It's an awkward smoke. I get the idea. They want to fight with Exorcism on cooldown, but they were on the low ground where LFY had the high ground. And on top of that, there's still an Aegis. They should have maybe waited 30 seconds for Aegis to expire because the hero they ran into is Monet. You don't want to jump on this guy. You kill him. What's the point? He respawns and you're losing a fight. Even without Exorcism, Death Prophet's still a pretty strong, capable hero just with Spirit Siphons, Crypt Swarm. She's an AoE nuke, a single target, lifesteal, as well as a silence. Like, this hero is not all about the ultimate, as we saw there. And LFY up now 10k gold, 22 minutes in.
I like the play by the Weaver here to cut the creep waves. He realizes now that he needs to head on back home, but he's able to slow down the push pretty successfully as down bottom, Burrow Strike. The root is there as well. Silence to follow. The full combination locking down the Ember and dead.
Very nicely played. LFY punishing him there. I don't see a Remnant. He might have had one, but did not get a chance to Remnant out even if he had one up, so...
It's like something so appealing about like perfectly layered stuns and silences. You know what I mean?
Yep. When you get to see it so much more, because the old days you didn't have those stun bars above heroes. I remember there was such an outroar when they were added.
Exactly.
My skill cap. But it is... There are so many things in Dota that were like ultra high skill cap and sometimes somewhat unnecessarily.
Yeah.
That it's nice to make ease of execution there because it is such a mechanically and strategically demanding game. If you can make some things like stun locking better, then why not? How many times does a hero just get slightly mistimed in a stun lock because you just count wrong in your head and they maybe escape? Like, yeah, there's some skill in that, but at the same time, does that make Dota more interesting? I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm with you. Well, smoke up. Guess what's up? Exorcism. They only have one creep, but it might be enough for them since they've got a billion trillion summons and tier 3 tower already dead. Nobody's home. Where's everybody at? Burrow Strike catches onto Ember. He's got the silence, got the stun. He's dead.
Maybe it. They're going to get the melee racks here. They'll get more. Ember's buying back. Even if you don't lose the game here, if you lose a melee racks and you're buying back and not getting kills. Tanking.
Oh, God, it jumps in. Oh, he canceled his Epicenter, though. That would have been 3 dead instantly.
Three hero Leshrac splitter, though, into silence. Leshrac, even if he dies, has a Bloodstone. Is he going to die? Surely, yeah.
He still had a Yule's Scepter there that he could have potentially used. But
Lesh is already back. He's respawned.
Oh, they got duel.
Well, that plus damage.
34 damage. Dropping the silence onto the Weaver, and just like that.
Oh, good sleep, but not enough. Yikes.
I feel like we've said that a couple of times this qualifier. It feels like it happens over and over again. Is Kabu likely going to go down? And GG is going to be called. They tried.
Yeah, they just got destroyed in there. Gold lead, 17k. It never got like absurdly high with the gold leads as far as gold leads we've seen, but 29-7, and the way that game unraveled was very one-sided.
Definitely. Well, there we go. China qualifiers still feeling somewhat stompy in spite of being at the later rounds. Can look around and see if there's any others.
Hop in Sun Gaming if you want to check out
yeah.